Anybody can be an entrepreneur. That is the main thing.
We are really excited for this episode for two reasons. One, it's our last of 5 episodes that we've been recording in this one session. But two, this episode is an episode that I strongly believe in because, well, first off, my name is Keith.
I'm Josh, by the way.
Like and subscribe if you like us and you like the content. And the content we're talking about today is how and why you should be an entrepreneur.
Dun dun dun!
But here's the thing, Josh. I work a full-time job. There is no way I could be an entrepreneur.
Well, yeah, with that mindset, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
you should
what?
just be an employee, make other people rich the whole time, and, be happy with what they give you, if they give you anything.
But wait, I don't even have the funds. I don't have myself set up to leave my job and just be an entrepreneur.
So first, find something that you like to do. Second, can you make money doing it? So that's the first thing. That's the easiest thing. If you like to bake cookies, if you like to bake cupcakes, make some of those. See if people will buy them. Go knock on a neighbor's door. Go ask your friends. And a lot of people will say, oh, these are great, you should sell them. Ask them how much they would pay for them. That's the only way you'll actually know if people will buy them from you, is get the order. See that. And then, you can work your way back. If you start seeing a good demand, you could be like, okay, cool. Now you start trying to figure out how much can you actually make doing it and is it worth it? Anybody can be an entrepreneur. That is the main thing. If you have anything that somebody will pay money for, whether it is a
Goods,
product,
a
service, your looks, I guess that's a product and a service. No,
seriously, yeah.
As long as there's something that somebody's willing to pay you for, you are an entrepreneur. Right now, technically, if you are an employee, you are an entrepreneur. You just have one customer, and that is your employer. So start thinking of it like that. You are already you are the business of you. It is you incorporated. This is Keith Incorporated. This is Dead Sexy Josh Incorporated, because I have a big name. But whatever you do, you're gonna have customers. Right now, your employer is your customer. In your future, as you build, if you have 2 employers, 2 part-time jobs, you have 2 there. That way you lose one, you still have income from the other one. The main thing is just building that people who pay you. So what can you do?
It's getting into the mindset of working for yourself, because then that will help you to just not be, just kind of floating in the river and kind of seeing where life goes as you're working your job, but also looking for opportunities to say, what's something at a base level that I enjoy, and can I make money on it?
Yeah.
And then going from there. Like it's never to force somebody into saying, oh, I need a side hustle, let me go do this random thing, because then over time you're not going to sustain it, because working a 9 to 5 is tiring for anyone and everyone. Some people don't have time to even go to the gym or don't have the energy to do so, let alone get a side hustle in that's going to be able to make you extra money. And especially if, let's say, you're making good money and you're like, oh, I don't really need the money. Is there a reason for someone like that to really pursue something on the side that will also make them money?
Yes, there is probably a good reason to be an entrepreneur, is that you get a lot more tax breaks from the government. You get a lot more ways for retirement accounts in there to stash extra money away from taxes. So the biggest benefit of being an entrepreneur or having a side hustle or a business is the way that now you can move your income from just your W-2, which is the most highly taxed version of income, into something else where you can write off more, you can take more top line deductions and pay taxes on less income. And then, just building something that is yours. It is your footprint on the world. It is, something that you can say, I created, whether it be a product or a service or goods or anything like that, is that you created, that you're out there. So you can flex that creative muscle.
The main key in why you would want to do any sort of entrepreneurial work, even if you're working a full-time job, is if you eventually see yourself living a life as an entrepreneur. And I feel like a lot of things that to take into consideration are self-management, self-discipline, being able to motivate yourself. A lot of people work jobs because they really can't motivate themselves, so they like to go and they like to be told what to do and get paid for it, while other people like to kind of take the reins and they have a natural ability to be able to self-manage themselves.
If you're a regular employee, you pay that cell phone bill with after-tax money. So you've paid the government their money first, and then what you get left, you're paying for. If now it's a business expense because And we're not saying to lie about your stuff here, and you actually have to use this for business.
Yeah.
Take whatever your income is, minus that first, and then pay taxes on the money afterwards. So if you could find a way to move a lot of stuff to where you pay for it with all the money you earn and then just pay taxes on what the remainder is rather than the other way around, you're starting to save a little bit more money, and it gives you that flexibility.
Mm-hmm. So I think right there is also the second why you'd want to get into it, is because of things like that. Like bills you're already paying, you can expense towards your business. And like we said, we don't want you to lie. You have to be using them for your business. Very simple program you can use that I think Josh and I both use is QuickBooks. It's very easy, very simple to just input. Usually you can just attach your bank accounts, like if you get a separate account or card for your business. It is very, very easy to track all of your expenses on there, and it can create an automatic report for you that will tell you your budget, your expenses, your costs, how much money you made, what is your profit and loss.
One of the biggest reasons I would say is to be a side hustle or an entrepreneur and everything is just take what's happened in this last year with COVID. Depending on whenever you're watching this, the years of 2019 or 2020 all the way to 2021, there was this thing called COVID. A lot of people went out of work, and then a lot of people actually went the self-employed route. There is a weird statistic that as unemployment goes up, so does self-employment. No matter what, you gotta find a way to provide. You have a place to pay for, you have groceries that need to be bought. If you got kids to feed. So you need to find a way to make money. And that's, the greatest part about starting a side hustle or a business while you're employed is that you get to slowly build up. You're not just thrown out into the wild of, oh crap, now I need to make money from zero. You already have this base that you're set, you can slowly build up and try to see if your idea of that way of making money will actually work. Mm-hmm. I did it. I was working and then full time, and then I would do my side hustle stuff after hours and everything like that to eventually, where that part-time started making almost as much as my full-time. And then it became a toss-up of, am I gonna stay with this? Am I not? Luckily that choice was made for me. So now I am a full-time entrepreneur. I wasn't scared, basically, because I already knew I could make money without depending on an employer. If you have confidence that you can make money, you should at least have something in there in your back pocket so that in case you ever lose a job or that you do like or anything like that or want to move away from it, that you're not dependent on anything and, you're able to write off, save, and live the life you want.
Right there is kind of the key. It's like getting into the mindset of not necessarily I need a job to make money, which in most senses as far as being employed by a job you do, but there are ways that you can make money. And it's a matter of finding those ways, finding what works for you, and in Josh's case is the perfect example of getting yourself set up so that your life is not in the hands of your employer. So it's not in a case where if your employer says goodbye, that's it. You don't have money you don't have anything in your savings, you don't have money planned for anything, you don't know what you're gonna do. This way, if the worst does happen, because guess what? Josh and I, one of our former employers, won't name any names, that was a safe company and would never lay somebody off. And in 2008, when the market crashed, they kept all their employees. They laid off so many people, and most of them were seasoned people that were going to be staying there until retirement.
Yeah, because it was a safe company.
So, yeah, it gets us a little heated when we talk about it sometimes, as you can see. But with that level of expecting from your company, setting yourself up in different ways, whether it's your side hustle or investments or savings, any ways that you could do so that you are generating some sort of income, and also keeping yourself in that positive mindset of I can make money, then eventually the money will just come to you, especially if it comes from the heart of what you're doing. Like you're focused, you're determined, and your goal is to do your best every time.
Big caveat is not every idea makes money. Not everything you do will be something that's valuable to other people. Mm-hmm. So as long as you have something that is valuable to other people, whether you create value or you provide value in some way, just know that providing value, giving value, that's money coming into you. Mm-hmm. That's how you make money. You're valuable to somebody, they pay you. Your employer, wherever they are, they're paying you because they find value in what you're doing. Now, if you don't feel you're being paid enough, that's up to you to figure out whether, you are as valuable as they say you are, or if you want to petition them for more and see how that works out, mm-hmm. or you go provide value to some other people.
Yep. All right, well, I think that's a lot of information for you guys today. Hopefully it's inspired you to maybe take your side hustle or maybe even take your hobby and potentially try to pursue avenues where you can have other people benefit from what you're doing. That's my sneaky way of saying making money. But start from there, grow your business, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on what you want to hear from us next. And if you have any tips as far as entrepreneurial work or questions on entrepreneurial work that you want us to evaluate more on. Until next time, I'm Keith.
I'm Josh.
And we had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too.
Damn.
See you on the next 5-episode spree. We just did like a 5-session recording. It's gonna come out in a month and a half. But it's okay. We're here to make content. He got let go, by the way.